Welcome back to Homestead Heart and Monday Night Chat. Now, we have not been able to successfully do a Monday Night Chat in a couple of weeks because the internet around these parts is really funny for the last, how long it's been?
For the last, really 3 months.
It's been, and it's getting worse and worse and worse dealing with internet. So it is very hard to do this type of video and get it uploaded in time because sometimes it can take 2 days to upload a single video. And I don't know if it's our internet, because I do believe like at some point people were there was a class action lawsuit against Apple because they were purposefully slowing down devices, you know. And so the device that we use to record on, it just out of the blue, like he said a few months ago, just out of the blue, started going extremely slow. And it takes forever to upload a video. Like I said, about 2 days. And that's if it uploads, because sometimes it'll be right there at the end, and then there'll be an error of some sort, and it won't even upload. You have to start all over again. So it's making it difficult to get content uploaded.
Yes, and with my cell phone, I only have 1 bar.
Well,
and a lot of people have like 1 bar. So how can you upload, do a lot of different things that you want to do on the phone when you only have 1 bar, just a little small signal? And that's been going on for a long time, and I know y'all probably experienced the same thing, you know? Just 1 bar.
But if you do, let us know, because we are using iPhones and we are on T-Mobile's network. So let us know, because I'm telling you, like, this is really something. And I don't think it's T-Mobile.
No. Could it be the towers?
I don't know.
But something's going on.
I don't know what it could be. Tell you the truth.
Yeah. But something's going on though.
But in any case, you all, welcome back to another episode of Monday Night Chat.
Monday Night Chat,
and we are going to try to get this done as quickly as possible, because we do our Monday Night Chats and hope to get them done by 7 p.m. between 7:30 on a Monday night. Like I said, internet, depending on how it goes, it could take some time to get it uploaded. But y'all saw the title of the video. Everything is all good until it's coming your way. Right?
Until it come your way, you know, things, like it seems really smooth because it never happened to you. But all of a sudden, storms come your way, and then it's right there at your front door. And you guys got to be ready for it. That's
true. We are in the midst of hurricane season. And right now, I believe Mr. Weatherman and Mark from Weatherman Plus and Ryan Hall, even, everybody's talking about what's developing in the Atlantic, just like that, right?
Yes.
It went from being no big deal a couple of days ago to yesterday, I think it was an area to watch. Now today, there's an issue, okay?
Wow.
So this is showing you, like, sometimes with the way storms have started to rapidly intensify, you have to just like be on guard, on high alert during hurricane season, and you can't let your guards down.
No, you can't let your guards down, because in hurricane season we lose power, we lose everything that is so convenient, to us. So it's just like we just got to start prepping early, y'all. We got to start prepping early, with, just in case, because we don't know. They pop up so fast because of the heat.
That's true.
And you know how hot it's been.
That's true.
The ocean is warming up.
Yes, it is.
So it can happen at any time.
That's true, y'all. So listen, make sure that if you are in like a flood zone, like you have some people who are constantly concerned every time rain falls, because you're just in a flood zone, right? But then when hurricane season rolls around, it just kind of adds to that anxiety, because of the fact that there is very little warning sometimes.
Yeah.
And we've seen that with what happened in Texas.
Yeah, we've seen exactly what happened in Texas. And also I want to bring up, like, when a hurricane comes and it can be a category 2, well, it can be a category 3 or 4, and then they downgrade it to a tropical storm. Once it get into land, these storms can break up and cause flash flood in a lot of different places. So, you know, we can't let our guards down when it be like, oh, it's just a tropical storm.
Right.
Because that's when all the water come, like Mrs. H just said, you know, the ground is hard, you know, the sun been beaming, and all of a sudden the water has nowhere to go but just to roll downhill.
Right.
You know.
That is so true.
So these tropical storms can be just as dangerous or more than a hurricane.
Sure can.
Category 4 or 5.
And North Carolina can bear witness to that.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, because it was a tropical storm. Remember that hurricane made landfall, where was it, in Florida? And traveled all the way up into the Carolinas, and just look at the amount of flooding that happened.
Yes.
It was devastating, right?
Yes.
So don't think, like Ms. H said, just because it's been downgraded from a hurricane to a tropical storm that it's going to be okay now. No, you still have to be on high alert.
Yes.
But if you are in an area where you are getting tropical storm warnings, hurricane warnings, and all of that, you need to think about, what is it that you know that you would need if you had to get out of harm's way, if they're predicting flash flooding in your area. What do you need to get in your vehicle to get out of the way of the storm, so that you'll be okay until you are able to get back home? And how does family members play a part in that as well? Because sometimes you may have family members that live in your area and they really don't have a way to get out. It could be, you know, young families with children. It could be elderly. It could be disabled people. You have to think about, what can you do to help them? And you want to start thinking about that right now if you haven't done so already.
And also, you know, nobody knows when flash flood comes, because they, you know, they happen so fast.
They do.
Like, what can we do so we won't get washed away? What kind of can we have rafts? You know,
I don't know.
Anything, because, you know, when you stay in those flood zones, you know, it's just so hard to prepare for that. You know, it's very hard, but I'm pretty sure you can figure some out, you know, when it comes to these flash floods.
I guess you be prepared to get out of the way.
That's the best way.
I would never tell you to stay there and try to take a chance on anything. If you think that a flash flood is coming your way, or you live in a flood zone and it's probable that you will be in a flash flood and get those warnings, I would say get out of the way. Because that water, I'm telling you, it's like rapids. If you've never gone kayaking or anything like that, just look at somebody who does it. You know, when they go whitewater rafting and things of that nature, though that water is moving like that. But the only difference is that you can have debris in that water. You can have logs in that water. Power lines could be down in that water.
Man.
You have so many things that could be in that water that will be detrimental to your health. So I'm just going to say, if you think you are in a flash flood zone, go ahead and get out of the way. Okay?
Get out of the way. And the warning system is very important.
Man.
That's very important, the warning system.
That's true.
You know, and man, it's just one of those things to where you just gotta do the best you can in preparing and getting out of the way. You know, that's the only thing.
That's true. You know, but even if you're not in a flash flood zone and you're getting that tropical storm warning or hurricane warnings, and whether you have to leave or hunker down in your home, because I know here in Georgia, we get hurricane warnings, tropical storm warnings, because sometimes these storms are so powerful that when they make landfall as a hurricane, they can travel inland so many miles still as a hurricane, a category 1 hurricane, right? Before they are downgraded to a tropical storm. And by the time it gets to us as a tropical storm, I mean, the winds are still so powerful.
Yeah.
And the rain and all of that. So you may have to deal with some kind of flooding. You may have to deal with down power lines where you, like Ms. H said, you lose power, where trees may come down. And you remember we had our trees taken down behind our house for that very reason. You know, I mean, there was no other reason other than when these storms come through, I mean, you literally see our trees, like we think they're about to collapse on the house. And we just made the decision, we cannot do this anymore. We cannot live like this anymore.
It was a dangerous way to live.
It really was.
Because going to sleep and knowing that a hurricane could come, and these trees leaning back and forth like that was just like a recipe for disaster, you know.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You can't even sleep.
No, you can't. You can't sleep.
You can't even sleep because you don't know. And sometimes you could hear the branches hitting the top of the house, just boom, 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 you know? And we're like, oh my goodness, you know, we got to do something about this, right?
Yeah.
But in any case, if something like that happens and you lose power, you lose water, you lose access to utilities and maybe even communications. You got to think of a way to be able to still provide for your family. So hopefully you're storing up water.
Yes.
Hopefully you have already stored up food.
Yes.
And literally, this is a good moment for us to bring up today's sponsor, which is Azure Standard, because you know they sponsor some of our videos.
Yes.
And in so doing, you all, we always recommend to you Azure, just simply because you're able to buy a lot of your products in bulk. And that allows you the ability to can them up, freeze them up, dehydrate them, freeze dry them. Especially if you have a freeze dryer, you can literally create meals in a Mylar bag if you freeze dry, or in a canning jar if you freeze dry, right? And all you have to do is just add water.
That's it.
So Azure Standard is still going to be our go-to. I'm going to post the link down in the description box below so that you can use our link. New customers will save 15% off of your first order. But even if you're not a new customer, that's fine. Continue to use our affiliate link. That lets Azure Standard know that you are shopping there because Homestead Heart sent you, okay?
Yes.
And we always appreciate you. We always see when you supported our channel. We can tell who has gone over and shopped with Azure. They don't tell us what you bought and all of that, or how much you spent, or none of that. But they do let us know that, hey, this person supported your channel by using your link. And so we really, really, really and truly appreciate that. So thank you again for everyone who continues to use our link to shop with Azure Standard.
Yes. Thank you so much for shopping at Azure Standard. This hurricane season, we got to be prepared. We got to be on point because the heat is heating up the oceans, and you know what that means. You know, pop-up storms. You know, we just got to be ready and ready to move out if we have to get out of the way.
I am so thankful that we are not under that heat dome anymore. And it has been raining for 2 days now. And it's supposed to rain like this every single day. So we have literally gone almost a full month. It would have been a month.
Without rain.
It would have been a month on the 6th of July, 6th or 7th of July. What's today's date? The 4th?
Today's date is the 4th.
The 4th. So in a couple of days, it would have been 30 days without rain for us. Okay? For us in our spot. Because sometimes the rain, you can see it all over the radar, and it all around us, and then it dissipates. And then it pops up again somewhere else. But we never.
We haven't got any rain in a minute.
Right?
In a minute. It's
That's
been
true.
a while, you know.
Because actually we had just come back from vacation when the rain started that very day. So prior to that, we had not had no rain.
Yeah.
So 30 days without rain, it would have been.
Yeah.
So we're glad to be from under that heat dome. It's a little cooler outside now, but it's supposed to rain like this every single day for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Which means that we are right now under a flash flood watch, which means that it's possible, right? We're not yet under a flash flood warning, but a watch.
Yeah.
And in our area, if there's a flash flood, you better believe we will see it. Yeah. Because the water we're kind of in a position where we're not like up on a hill, but we're not downhill either. We're like right here.
Yeah.
So when the water's coming down, it's rolling through our front yard in the streets. You can literally see it just going.
Just going
right?
down, yeah.
So we're not in a position where, now we have had floods here.
Yeah.
Before where it flooded all underneath our house and the water rose all up,
Yeah.
That was really bad, and that was maybe like 8 years ago when it happened.
Yeah.
But it can happen to us.
Yeah.
And what'll happen is that the water can be so high that you run the risk of having water come into your home, or you can't leave out of your home because you have so much water. What are you going to do in that situation?
Yeah.
Do you have water? Because for us, if the power goes out, our well stops working.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to have water on hand for hygiene, for flushing toilets, for drinking and all of that.
Yeah.
So we have to be prepared for that as well. No matter where you are not exempt from something like this happening, because I know a lot of people say we don't live in that type of an area, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. And then when the rain comes, sometimes we can get 10, 12 inches in a couple of hours,
Yeah.
Record-breaking rain in so many hours is happening all over the whole world, really.
100-year storm that happens 3 times.
All over. When you see these storms, just rain coming, you see stuff that you never seen before. So we just got to be prepared and keep everybody, like in our prayers, and make sure that everybody stays safe.
That's right.
Because this hurricane season is really scary to think,
It really is.
The heat dome, just imagine how hot the ocean got.
Yeah.
And so we just got to do the best we can and prepare it.
So make sure you got your water. Make sure you have your food on hand. Make sure you have a way to give some light in your house if you need light. Some people say candles, some people say LED, whatever works for you. It could be those little lanterns. It could be oil lanterns. If you have a power bank, it could be your power bank where you plug in a little lamp and a fan. Yeah. Because it's hot, right? And my goodness, if it's extremely hot and the water don't hurt you, the heat certainly will, because it has been ridiculously hot, right? And so humid, especially here in the South. Yeah. So you need to have a plan in place for yourself and for your family. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is hurricane season.
Yep.
And if you live on the East Coast, in the South, wherever you live, where you could be affected by a hurricane or a tropical storm, this message is for you. Yeah.
And really the whole United States is sitting where we get storms all across the United States. We don't know where it's going to hit. So everybody in the U.S. really need to get prepared, because storms come from the west and they just sweep across. They come from the south. They're coming from the Pacific, going across Mexico, coming in this way. So we getting it all ways, any side is just like, everybody just got to get ready.
You just got to be prepared, because I know that on the West Coast, it's not called a hurricane. It's called something else.
Typhoon?
Is it a typhoon?
No, I think it's still, it never really
I don't know what they call it over there. It could be. I don't know what they call it on the West Coast. It's a hurricane still, but they call it something different on the West side. Okay.
Yeah, they do. When they get all that rain
and those storms, they're hurricane, and they just sweep in from the Pacific Ocean to either the somewhere in Mexico, and they come up through California, or you know, like right now, I think it was a storm recently that, you know, kind of stayed south of the Hawaiian Islands, right? But all of these storms, as they come in from the ocean, you have to be prepared. So that's really what our message today is about. It's all good until it's coming your way.
All good until it's coming your way.
So just look, just think right now, even though there's nothing coming your way, I want you to think right now, if it was coming our way, and they said that, hey, there's a Cat 3 hurricane and it's coming towards you, and you need to hunker down, or because there will be power outages, there will be strong winds, there will be issues in your area. I want you to start thinking right now, what do you need to do to be as prepared as you possibly can? What family members do you need to reach out to say, hey, this is what you need to put in place for you, and look, this is what will happen. We need to communicate. We need to be in communication with each other. All right, you all. So that's pretty much what we wanted to put on your minds. This is that time of year where we gotta be ready.
Yes, we do. We gotta be ready, and we gotta be prepared to have that list. Make sure we get everything we need. If we have small children, we have teenagers, everybody get on board. Check those lists off so they can get everything they enjoy, you know, comfort food, survival food, protein, you know, everything that you need to make it through those days.
Something to keep them occupied. Whether it's a little, I don't know if children do this anymore, but you know, the little puzzle books, coloring books, and things like that.
Board games.
I don't know, but that's what you need to be thinking about, because mobile devices and tablets and all of that may not be available if there's no power.
There you go.
To keep them charged, okay? So you're going to want to find a way to keep these little children entertained. And if you have medication that has to be refrigerated, you want to start thinking about how can you keep medicine cold for an extended period of time.
Coolers for the water. Cold drinks, everything, you know.
Everything.
So
y'all, that's going to do it for today's table chat. Hopefully you found the information helpful. If you did, give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and please share this on your social media platform. Share it on YouTube, Instagram, wherever you at. Share our channel, share our channel, share our channel. So thank y'all so much again for watching Homestead Heart.
Peace and blessings. Yes, y'all.
To each and every one of you, and we will see you in the next video.
Peace.